All right, we can't do anything else without saying thank you to our studio audience for joining us today on Delmarva Life. If you would like to join us, we'd love to have you. To find out how you can become a member of our studio audience, visit delmarvalife.com, click on the show tab, or just call that number right there, 443-880-9116. Our next guests are asking you to become a part of the story they say God is writing in their lives.
That's right. The Black family is in the process of adopting 2 little boys from Haiti, but the process is a long and expensive one, and the family needs help. Joining us today to talk about their journey is Mother Kelly Black and Zeb Zebley from the Uprising Church, which is holding a fundraiser to support the family. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Kelly, I want to start with you. Tell us about your family.
My husband and I have been married for 17 years, and we have 2 biological boys, ages 10 and 7, and we are embarking on getting 2 more little boys that are both 6 right now. They're about 3 months apart, and we're going to grow our family to 4 boys.
Wonderful.
4 boys.
4 boys. And we have a dog that's a boy, too.
And oh, well, see. Okay.
I'm outnumbered.
So you're So let me make sure I get this. Mark, Eli, and Fritzner?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
How did Mark, Eli, and Fritzner come into this picture?
Well, back in 2010, the Lord was just speaking adoption to us and change in our lives, and shortly after the earthquake...
Oh, this is them? Is this them?
That's them.
That's them. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. This speaking change into our life, and my husband strongly felt that we were to go to Haiti. Yeah. So he went on a mission trip shortly after the earthquake happened, and then I went on one, and we were appointed to an orphanage. But in the meantime, the Lord had spoken the name Eli to us. Right. And so we went to the orphanage to find this little boy named Elijah or Eli or something like that. In our mind, he was a little itty bitty, like 2 or 3 years old. And it all turned out that there was a little boy there named Mark Ellie. And a long story short, after we agreed to adopt him, we found out that translated into English, his name would be Mark Eli. Oh. So in fact, he was our son, and we were able to choose his best friend in the orphanage to be his brother, and that's how they came to be.
Yeah. Now, you would think with all the orphans in Haiti, it would be easy to adopt children, but it's not. It's a long process. Tell us about that.
It's a very long process. International adoption on the whole is a long process, but Haiti is particularly difficult. It's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and the way they live is just, it's unimaginable. And so business there, adoptions, lawyers, paperwork is just harder than you would ever think. It just takes forever to get paperwork pushed through and to get the process done. They say about 2 years from the time you start.
Wow.
How about that? Now, Zeb, you're with the Uprising Church.
Yes.
And the church is doing a fundraiser for this entire process.
Yes. Yep. I just tell you a little bit about how I got involved. It's back in the fall. The church had put on a small PowerPoint video during our morning announcements and told their story. And I didn't know Will and Kelly Black. I seen them from afar in church, but I didn't know them personally. And just that day, the Lord spoke to me and said, you know, called on me to help them. And I hadn't approached them yet. I finally talked to my wife, and we spoke about it. And I said, I can help them, and I can help them through a fundraiser with all my past experiences and raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for other organizations. I just thought, you know, with a lot of my friends and relatives and business associates, we could have a fundraiser. So I approached Will and Kelly, and, you know, because the story touched me so, you know, I just finished reading a book by Francis Chan called Crazy Love. Yeah. And then I hear their story, and I thought, that's crazy love,
that's
right
crazy
there.
Love.
Yeah, I mean, so it touched me, and I just knew I was to help. So I approached him and talked to him, and the first thing Kelly said is, "Who are you?" You know, so we started talking. I talked to the administration, you know, Pastor Bill and the staff, and they were on board. I said, "Look, let's get this thing going. Let's have a fundraiser," because they were willing to do whatever they had to do to make this happen, to bring these 2 boys home.
Well, we've got the information here for the fundraiser that you're talking about. Tell us about what's going on. It's April 21st.
April 21st, we are going to have a fundraiser, and all of us are familiar. And I'm praying today that one of your listeners hears our voices and sees this story and check out Kelly's blog. But we're going to have a fundraiser, and so somebody today can hear my voice that wants to give, they can give, and all the donations are going to be going through the Uprising Church in Hebron, Maryland. But April 21st at the Fountains, the folks at the Fountains, Molly at the Fountains, been great. We're going to have an event there. It's going to be 6 p.m. We're going to have a live auction, a silent auction. We got some great musical entertainment, and we're just going to have a good time and let God move and fill that place up. But just to give you an example, some of my live auction items, I've got a Maryland state inspected used automobile that my my business is donating. A good friend of mine that owns Salisbury Brick, David Hastings, is going to, we're going to do a backyard makeover.
So you've got a lot
brick
going on.
pavers installed, some sods, some lighting. So we got some great things, jewelry, furniture, you name it, we got it.
That's wonderful.
And so if you can't make it to the fundraiser, you do have a place where folks can send donations.
Absolutely.
We want to get that on the screen real quick. The Uprising Church, 204 East Walnut Street, in Hebron, 21830.
Zeb Kelly, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and hopefully we'll see those two boys soon.
Absolutely.
Yes,
that would be wonderful. Now, if you would like more information on the Black family, and for that matter, learn more about the Uprising Church, you can go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab.
Still ahead on Delmarva Life, looking for ways to save money on that quarterly water bill?
As a matter of fact, how would you like to just get rid of that bill altogether? When we come back, the folks from Weberwell Drilling are filling in some information for you that you can't afford to miss. Delmarva Life, life at its best here on Delmarva.